Hi, welcome back to Mechanic Garage. Got a job on this that I've been putting off for a while because it was just one of those, it'll be right, we'll sort it eventually. As you've seen in the start of it there, it's got a knock-in and usual suspect, bottom engine mount, dog bone between the gearbox and the subframe. But I also found something else. Bottom of the engine, between the gearbox and the subframe, there's a dog bone tie rod basically. Stops the engine rocking backwards and forwards. Well, that one's not stopped it anymore. And it's usual suspect on these sort of things and a lot of other things with that same similar setup. But while I was under it, I had noticed there was oil on the drive in a certain place. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but that mounting there that's wet and rusty is hydraulic filled damper. And although it's still working, it's leaking and you're getting horrible oily stuff. I did clean it out when I looked at it and saw it before because I was getting drips on the driveway. I didn't know where they're coming from on this side. I was a bit concerned it was something more sinister, but it's just that mount. So hopefully get this out of the way, 4 bolts on that, get it exchanged. There's your two mountings. There's a low one, as I say, it looks a bit, it's not really dog bone shaped, but you get the gist. And what happens is these parts here delaminate and split, and then it doesn't fix the gearbox at this end, no, subframe at this end to the gearbox at this end, and you end up with that bang, and that's what that noise is. This one is a replacement for the other. I'll just give it a quick wipe off, that's why it's got moisture on it. This is a good used part, and for everybody that says, oh, your second-hand part's not worth it, 237 quid for a genuine Ford one, which would be hydraulic damped the same inside here. There were plenty online for 30 or 40 quid, aftermarket ones, but I'm not convinced they'd be oil filled for that price. And that was 16 quid. 16 quid for a good used, genuine Ford. And if you buy a second-hand car, every single part you buy is second-hand. So there's no difference of fitting a good second-hand part than buying a second-hand car. There's arguments for tyres and stuff like that, but unless you change your tyres on a car when you buy it, you're effectively buying part one tyres too. Alright, let's get the engine cover off because that gives us a bit more space down that side. Yeah, it's done the usual. It always pulls these rubbers off and leaves them on the engine. And you get them back. Click them back in. That goes at the front, that side. Let's see if this should just clip. There you go. Does it go out of the way enough? Yes, it does. I'm full of leaves. Right, I've already got a jack underneath with a block of wood, and I'll just check the weight of the engine just so that it doesn't fall out. Should hold it. And I literally 4 bolts, and as long as they don't shear off, which it's 15-year-old, so there's every chance they could. They don't like 15s, do they? On the chassis at least. Yeah. For once, they're actually easy to get at. So put a bit of grease on them before I go back. Now they look more 17. Possibly 18. 18. One of them places they use odd sizes. Yeah, 18. Now these ones don't normally shear, these are usually okay. He said that too soon because I've still got one left. The engine's falling out, so give it a bit more of a lift. There we go. Easy as that. Out with the old, in with the not as old. As with anything like engine mountings and stuff like that, you stick them back in, but don't tighten them fully, just because you need to line bolts up. Right, get a bit of grease on these, and a smear of copper grease on them. And so I just need to get things a bit of a wriggle. Get in. Because you've no idea how tight that does it, you're better off just using a ratchet afterwards or a bar just to check. Because yes, they're tight, but you can't go too far to make sure they're 100% tight, because there's no way of knowing how strong your gun is. Well, I know how strong the gun is. That's why I don't do them too tight. Smaller bolts, especially. Now I know they'll be tight because it's stopped. They're better to check them. Some people would be shouting, you need to torque them up. Yeah, I talked. To talk to FT, which is very tight. Clip that back in there, and then we just, that's a little bit better than it was. Get the jack out. Engine cover back on. Make sure, because I've unclipped those, put them back in. I did do an oil change on this the other day. I was going to film it, but it's an oil change. Does that come off? Bit of a pest then. There you go. There you go. That's that. Top one done. Obviously under the car now, and that there, you can't really see much of it. That is that there. Now you see that it's all solid. That's not one get attached anymore. In fact, I can probably move it by hand. Yeah, there you go. If you watch my wrist, you get that double shake. That's what you get with it every time you start and turn the engine off. You get that double wobble bit. So I'll get this out. I'll have to drop this cover down just to get this back bolt. Get the cover bolts off of it. I'm not dropping the whole thing down, there's no need. Just get me a room at the back. Yeah, there you go. Is that 15? Yeah. Yeah, got ya. Should be able to do this one easy enough by hand. because not a lot of room for getting a ratchet in for this one. And I don't have a 15mm ratchet ring spanner. Ah, right, okay. Guess at 15 again because I can't see it. Yeah, there we go. Now will it come out? I'd have to take this bracket off. I don't really want to take the bracket off. There we go. Get out of the way. There you go. Yeah, that's how bad it is. You see, that's pretty much not attached anymore. In fact, there you go. There's your banging, which is not uncommon. There's also a bush in there, but it seems alright. It's a rubber perishing on these, that's the issue normally. This one won't be quite as easy to get back in because the other one's in 2 halves. Yeah. Yeah, got ya. Doesn't really matter which one you get in first because they both line up, both move. Oh, that's upside down. Well done. I don't suppose it matters massively, but I'll just make it doubly difficult for myself. It's because I was facing the other way. Because facing the other way, I put it in the wrong way. Yeah. There you go. And get this one through first. Doesn't really matter either way. They're both going to be as easy as each other, he says. Just because it all moves around so much. In you get. Yeah, don't prove me wrong. Got ya. Took a bit of pressure off. Right. A bit more fiddly than I thought it would be. Now that one should line up fairly easily. There you go. Just going to start the threads. There we go. And then we can well, the other way with the Kuga. Again, I'll give that a quick check, although I'm confident it's tight. Yep. Where's my spanner gun? There it is. Use the open-ended side for speed. Okay. There you go. That's going to be much better. There's a new one in there, and you haven't got that movement. Still got slight movement. You've got a damper across this back edge, so if it does lunge, but 90% of it is take up, goes the other way. So the big stronger bits at the back pull when you drive, it pulls the engine forward, which were that big. This is more of a when you go backwards, which is what the banging was. Right, I'm going to get back out from under here now. Now just having a look at this, that's a genuine Ford Motorcar one. So this is possibly the original. I can't make out that year stamp, moulding mark on it. If you know what that is, let me know, but it's just got a 0, which might be 2010, which is what the age of the car is. So if that's so, that's done nearly 170,000 miles. Not bad. That's so much better. You can see it in the video, but there's no banging. You saw at the beginning where it was bang, bang, bang. That'd be actually, in fact, I see what it's like when you turn it off. Oh, before you did that, and when you start it, it used to go da 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 da. You should have. I realise you can't see me now. Hi, can you see me in the window? It's going to take it for a quick drive. Oh, instantly, as soon as you start it, it sounds better. It hasn't got that big bang and shuddering. That is so much better. When you used to let your foot off the throttle, you'd get thump in changing gears. I think the one at the side, the first one I changed, will just be, it was on its way out. I don't think it was causing any issues. Probably wasn't helped by the fact the bottom one was so bad. But that is so much nicer now. So I think I'll call that a success. I suppose I might go home now and wash it. I don't want to wash it because first time you drive it, it'll be filthy again. I do need to get a better phone mount because that's a bit waggly. Amazon's finest. Now that's so much better. We like that a lot. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And by the way, I did put the 2 screws back in the under tray. You didn't see it. Guess I turned the camera off before I remembered, but I did. They're back in. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.